Good evening, everybody. I'm Lonnie.
I'm Lindsey.
Oh, okay, yes. There you go. That's the volume that we're looking for. But and we are Untitled Network. This is UNN Live. We're here at Infinity Flux in Hickson, Tennessee. We're a little bit late, but not too late. So we're doing better than we normally do.
School traffic.
We're gonna have we are packed full of neat stuff to talk about. Have we ever done a show together without a guest?
Yeah, the first one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess, then I guess not technically, because then I was the guest, right?
No.
No?
No, you were the host.
Guest host?
Co-host? No?
Okay.
Whatever. Lot of neat stuff to talk about tonight. Yeah, like I said, the list is full on this one. And we will be watching the chat for whoever may want to drop in and say hello or give me wardrobe advice, things like that. But the big things that we're going to talk about, we'll cover a few of your Lindsey's picks to begin with, and then we will move on into the big stuff, which our top two stories today will be crowdfunding, both awesome stories and horror stories. And then we'll also be talking about what we are perceiving to be the end of Nerd Block. We think. Probably. Nobody's saying anything. They're holed up in a bunker somewhere, readying the poison. But I want to talk about all the stuff that you have lined up, except for that big one that we're going to say for last.
Okay. All right, so things that I'm excited about. So we all know there's going to be a live-action Aladdin movie, and Aladdin, of course, is like one of the better Disney animated movies.
You're excited for that?
I am excited for that. They did a great job with Beauty and the Beast, making that live, so this one should be pretty good. Guy Ritchie is directing it.
Okay.
In my heart of hearts, I want, snatch Guy Ritchie, like 90s Guy Ritchie. But, it's a family movie, so it probably isn't going to go that way. But he is a good director. They just cast, they're in negotiations with a fella to play Jafar. His name is Marwan Kinzan.
Have you looked up his picture?
Yes.
Does he look?
Yeah, he's a ringer. He's younger than Jafar is in the movie, but he looks like he would be Jafar.
I know it's kind of crazy.
Way more like... I don't know if you watched the Once Upon a Time spinoff with Alice.
I've never watched any of that.
Well, they had a Jafar on there that was like not even close. But this guy,
you know who I could see as Jafar? Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
Like he would have made perfect.
He's a little too beefy though, but I mean he would have.
Steve Buscemi.
There you go. But this guy, he was in the Mummy reboot, which I haven't seen, and then he's also in The Murder on the Orient Express.
Never seen any of that.
Well, it's going to come out. I'm totally going to go see that.
Okay.
It looks hysterical. Will Smith is going to be the genie, which, I mean, that's quite a departure from how it was portrayed in the animated movie, but that's probably for the best.
You know who I think the spiritual successor who should have been cast as the genie? Jim Carrey. If you were going to go that route.
Yeah, but I think that's why they went a different way, so that,
now, have you seen...
Animated genie can just be his own special thing.
Well, the only thing we have to go by is really The Jungle Book. Have you seen The Jungle Book live-action remake? I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, it was really, really good, too.
How did it compare to the original cartoon?
The story was a bit different.
Like it wasn't like a shot-for-shot remake?
Oh, no.
Okay.
No.
It had the music, though.
Not really. I think Baloo sang a little bit, but there
the bare necessities. He was whistling that in the trailer, so you kind of got your hopes up.
Yeah, I think that's about the extent of it, is he kind of whistles and sings it a little bit, but there's not like a big musical number.
So for somebody like me who, during a Disney movie, fast-forwards through the music...
Yeah, it would be good.
Okay.
And there's really not a lot of singing in Beauty and the Beast. It does say that Aladdin's going to be a musical, though. So.
Okay.
And then some guy I've never heard of is playing Aladdin. Minna Masurin.
I did hear that they cast them, and I didn't know who either one of them were.
Well, Naomi Scott is playing Jasmine, and if I remember correctly, she's the Pink Ranger on the new Power Rangers movie, which was a thing that I watched most of.
Oh, so you saw the new Power Rangers movie?
I did.
What'd you think of that?
Most of it.
Most of it?
Kind of lost interest. I love me some Power Rangers.
It's out on DVD now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's even easier to lose interest at your own house. It
Okay.
wasn't.
Were you a fan of the originals?
Oh, yeah. Someday, if I ever get to go to a con, I want to be the Red Ranger. The red one. The leader. Because there's not a girl leader. Okay, other things that I'm excited about.
Yes.
Welcome to Night Vale, the podcast that I highly recommend about a weird little town in the middle of the desert.
This is something that they do it's almost like an old radio drama type thing? Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's been going on for 5 years now. Their second book comes out October 17th, but you can order it. You can do pre-order now.
Okay.
And it's by Joseph Fink and Jeffrey Craner. So that's exciting. Also exciting, tabletop gamers. Pazio's Starfinder comes out in like a week and a half. It's going to be cool.
Explain to me, please.
Okay. So, tabletop game, got your character sheets, Dungeons and Dragons and Pathfinder. It's, almost Middle-earthy type setting.
Okay.
It's not a lot, well, you can get into some technology and then it gets, but for the most part, it's, high fantasy.
Okay.
So this is going to be that in space, and they're going to have spaceship minis, and the way that they're going to do the ranged weapons is going to be different because guns, so you're not going to be meleeing as much.
This is more than just
it's going to be a whole thing.
Just like a tabletop, books and stuff. We're going to have miniatures and the whole 9 yards.
Oh yeah, it's going to, and they've got new alien species. So a lot of it they took from their Other Worlds campaign that they did.
Okay.
But they really spent a lot of time on it and really gotten the technical bits worked out, hopefully. So, I'm excited about that because fantasy in space.
I played some Dungeons and Dragons just out of high school. This was 2003-ish. And that's the extent of my tabletop, really, and did a little bit of HeroClix. That's really all I've done. I've been more of a comic book person.
You should try some more.
I've had people tell me that. I really don't need to get into it because I don't...
they have that here at Infinity Flux. You can come play games
here
at this store.
Now, I think they actually
with us.
They do have demos and stuff where you can come in, even if you don't want to spend a lot of money on games, you can still come in and play.
Yeah. There's so many tabletop games, so many board games, so many card games. You can just come try them out and see what your family might like.
Have you personally gamed here?
Not yet. I was going to talk to him about that today.
I know you have kids that have, or they do something here.
I'm going to talk to him about running games here.
I need to learn how to play Munchkin.
Master. That was really fun.
You know how to play Munchkin?
Yes. Yeah, you've got the
X-Men. I need to be taught how to play Munchkin.
Yeah, it's.
We need to get together one day and learn how to play Munchkin.
And speaking of Dungeons and Dragons, September 8th, season 7, the Tomb of Annihilation. It's the new adventure comes out.
So this is a new campaign, basically.
New hardback, and then I think in November there's some more supplementary, like Xandar's Guide to Everything. More magic spell cards are coming out. More minis.
Now, see, I like that because I have been I talk comics, and we gotta have some people who know a little bit of anime. And, we're covering Game of Thrones and other stuff. I'm happy to have you here because you are knowledgeable about the role-playing and tabletop gaming.
Yeah, I like the social stuff. That's my jams.
Well, I'm known as the guy that hates people, so it's like, you're going to have to pull me out of the shell, I guess.
I did not write my stuff in an order that makes sense.
What else is going on? Anything else?
I think it's just that last that last item.
Hearing somebody talk about with excitement Dungeons and Dragons, I'm like, and especially watching Stranger Things. Like I see those kids play Dungeons and Dragons, I'm like, that looks fun, but dare I spend 17 straight hours on a campaign?
Well, the nice thing is, both Pathfinder and Dungeons and Dragons have what they call organized play.
Okay.
And there's a specific set of rules where you make your character based on those rules. And you can take that character to this store, to another store, to a convention. So.
Oh.
And the modules that are normally run are 2 to 4 hour modules.
Okay.
So like one night a week, one night every other week, you can just hop in a game at a store. A lot of those, it's not, well, at least in my experience, a lot of the store games aren't consistently the same people with the Adventure League stuff. So you can, well, I love my home game groups because, it's just me and my pals, and we do those for like 10, 12 hours, and it's so much fun.
Ooh.
But it's a lot of fun meeting new people, teaching people how to interact with each other.
That would probably be a good thing.
I have an Instagram. I'm the Dungeon Momster.
Okay.
Because I still mom people when I'm DMing, so it's and it's great for my kids. They get to be social and meet new people in an appropriate environment, and it's also just a lot of fun to roll dice and kill things. And some people get a little too into it and get upset when things don't go their way.
That would probably be me.
That's, it happens. I get amused by people who get upset about losing an imaginary item in an imaginary game.
Well, you would probably be quite amused by me then. It's,
I haven't killed anybody yet.
Before we get on to the main topic of the evening, remind everybody a few big things. Number one, our Loot Crate giveaway. We're going to draw for a winner August 13th, and all the details of that are scrolling along the top of the screen.
Look at all that.
I would normally give like the full details, but they're going to run across the top of the screen probably 36 times over the course of this broadcast. Just know it entails subscribing to us. So if you haven't subscribed, do that, and that's the first step in like a 4-step process that will take you literally 2 minutes to do. Enter yourself in to win a August Loot Crate. We'll be drawing the winner right before Game of Thrones comes on, August 13th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Then we'll watch Game of Thrones, and then we'll do a Game of Thrones recap talk show live right after the show ends. But the other thing we got going on, and I don't know if you're going to be able to make it out for this or not, but August 19th, which is a Saturday, from 2 to 5 here, we are going to have a Wizard World promotional event. And we are going to be giving away 2 free pairs of tickets to Wizard World Nashville. Because we're going to be at Wizard World Nashville, and we want Untitled Nerd Network fans to come see us. So we're going to be giving away 2 free pairs of 3-day passes.
Yeah, I think I can be there for that.
Huh?
I can be here.
Okay, cool. You can't win though.
No.
Because
well, that's
basically
unfair.
Admins, co-hosts of Untitled Nerd Network. You're not going to come in and see like my brother come in and win it or anything. So all current and I would say former admins, co-hosts of Untitled Nerd Network are ineligible. So sorry, and family too. But that leads in to we're going to do like a separate video on exactly how to win, because we have certain little things that you have to do. 3 different ways you can enter, and if you do all 3, you get 3 entries. So you do all that neat stuff. But we'll talk about it later. And that all leads up to our big event, Wizard World Nashville, which is going to be at Nashville, September 8th, 9th, and 10th. And myself, Amber, and Single Sarah, we're going to be manning a table all 3 days at Nashville. And we're going to be giving away a $50 Amazon gift card there. And going to be trying to get subscribers, talking to people up in the kind of west central Tennessee area, trying to get those subscribers at a big show. It's going to be the biggest one we've ever been a part of. So,
It'll be fun.
come out and see us.
And we give away free stuff. All the free stuff.
And we give away free stuff, like left and right. And next,
the last
what
thing
we have coming up, the risk and benefits of crowdfunding. Now, I know you have a bag. Now, we're not going to cover that quite yet, but
It's my bag.
okay, let's just say, for people who aren't quite in the know, chances are if you're watching this, you know, but crowdfunding, GoFundMe, Kickstarter, stuff like that, even Patreon to a certain extent.
Yeah. That is definitely 100%
Where
crowdfunding.
and that's kind of turned it into a subscription-based type thing. And let's say I pay a certain amount of money, because normally on a crowdfunding thing you have certain levels. You normally have $1 or $2 that you can just give and not expect anything in return.
I like this, but I don't want it.
Yeah, well, once you get up into
I
like
can only afford it.
$10, $15, $20 or more, you start getting rewards. And sometimes that can be a comic book, sometimes it can be prints, pictures, signed things. But like, let's say you
Patches.
go in for a, this is like my personal experience. You go in for an item that you want. They say it's going to be done by a certain time.
And you're super excited about it.
Super
You're like,
excited
this is the
about it.
coolest
Super
thing.
excited.
I can't wait to
You know,
invest in
they've
this.
even crossed their goal, and you're going to get that bonus item too. Well, you know, super
Stretch
excited.
goals.
You know, I paid my $20 into it.
Yeah.
Well, let's say it ends, you know, at the end of March.
Yeah.
And suddenly you're sitting around on about the 15th of April, tax day, and still haven't heard anything. Well, then you ask the person, hey, where are my prints? Or where is my original artwork that I was supposed to get? And they say, well, we're running behind because I had some other projects pop up that was paying money too. So I did them first before I did the Kickstarter stuff. Do you have a right to be angry at that?
Yes. If
Especially when they say
if they have given you like it should be done by this day, then if that's all you've heard, then yes. So tip for anybody doing that stuff: communicate, and then communicate more. Hey guys, I'm not going to be able to meet this deadline because this. And then when you get done with that, you say, hey, I'm done with this. That means we're back on this schedule. But like silence, nothing will tick off a paying customer like silence.
Usually, like, even for stuff, I mean, you know, you don't have to pay a dime to watch Untitled Network. But even if, you know, even so people aren't paying, still, if we are planning a Saturday night broadcast, it's supposed to be starting at 9, and then I notice that, hey, we're not going to be able to do this till 10:30 tonight, if at all.
Right. Because
usually the minute I know that, I'll pull out the phone, because everybody has their phone on them 24/7, unless you work where you can't have it. But when was the last time you went 24 straight hours without your phone?
Nope.
So you would think...
That's a life lesson right there. Everyone always has their phone.
Yeah, everybody always has their phone.
So if they're not returning your emails, your phone calls, if he didn't send you a text...
It's not difficult at all.
Yeah.
If I were to make a GoFundMe, right here.
Oh yeah, you can do
And,
both, right?
like, let's say
Where's
I
the-
had some issues pop up with the GoFundMe.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be nothing. Pull up my phone,
Yeah,
GoFundMe.com,
the app is,
enter.
well, no, it's got its own app. You don't even have
Chances
to
are,
like...
chances are it'll already have me logged in. I just go on there,
Through your
make
Facebook
update. Sorry, ain't gonna be able to get it out until middle of June. Sorry, enter.
Yeah.
There we go.
You would think. Now, sometimes Kickstarters, depending on what it is, it can take longer than what you had hoped to get something.
Yes.
Just because maybe it's their first time finding a printer and they didn't know that X would happen. I know one of the items that I got, shipment was delayed because the printer didn't split everything up. So it was like crates of this one sticker and crates of this other sticker. And so that single human being had to sit and sort out and collate all the items for all the people because she probably just didn't know to check a box on the order form or something. So yeah, that slowed things up a lot.
And there's also the other possibility of maybe the Kickstarter just got wildly popular. They were expecting 200 people and they ended up getting 25,000 and suddenly they're like, holy crap.
Yeah. Yeah, that happened with another one of my Kickstarters that it took longer to get. And she posted constantly what was going on, and she was like, the books just arrived today. Oh my God, I had no idea that there was this much. Like, it was like on a truck bed or something, and she was just like, oh God.
Wow.
But the thing there is she communicated it.
Yes. Communication is key. And I don't care if it's your daily job, a Kickstarter, a GoFundMe, running a not-for-profit Facebook page or a YouTube channel, or family life. Communication is key. Never go silent. Everybody hates silence. But, you know, there are negatives in crowdfunding.
Yes.
And there are also positives. And I know you have some stories to tell.
I do. I have both of those, positives and negatives. Some of them are not huge deals, but one of them is pretty annoying. All right, so the positive ones first. Let's see. The very first Kickstarter that I put in on.
Okay.
I went on Kickstarter and didn't know what to look for because I'd never been on there before, so I just typed in Chattanooga because that's where I live and I like to support local people.
Okay.
So
didn't even know you could do that.
Rebel Minis is a Chattanooga company.
Okay.
And this is another tabletop game. Savage Worlds is another system. And
this is basically kind of like Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
Okay.
But in this particular story, you get to play as goblins. And Rebel Minis, if you go to their website at rebelminis.com, they have all kinds of really cool, unusual
Is this standalone or is this part of a bigger thing?
Well, the core Savage Worlds is its own, its own. It's like your PlayStation, and this is a disc.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is its own standalone game. So he got artists and writers from across the country, and they put it together, and it came with the hardback, or physical book, rather, and then stretch goals, all kinds of PDFs and tokens and cool things.
Now, you got this, if you don't mind me asking, what was what kind of money did you put in to get something like that?
I think this was maybe $20.
Did it arrive on time?
Roughly, but it still took a while.
Yeah.
Kickstarter closed on 9/18. I got it early December.
That's, and then, for something independent.
But of course, the PDFs came a lot sooner.
Yeah.
And my stretch goal things weren't in the PDF that I got, and so I emailed him, the owner of Rebel Minis, and he was real quick to...
The communication was great.
Yeah, he emailed me back. He's like, sorry, you should have gotten that. It should have been part of that link. And he sent me a Dropbox link so I could go get whatever I wanted for it, and then I was done. And then I didn't bring this one with me because it's hanging proudly in my office.
Okay.
Baby Bestiary calendar. It's so adorable. There's little baby monsters on every month, and it came with stickers and magnets. And
all right.
That was about the same time frame for that one. One that I did that didn't end up funding was called D&D for the Blind.
Okay.
But it didn't get... Apparently nobody was interested in helping blind people play D&D.
So that was something that you just wanted to support. You weren't necessarily going to...
No, I wouldn't be able to use the items, but I was like, that'd be cool.
It didn't make the goal, so what happens at that point?
Well, on Kickstarter specifically, if it doesn't make the goal, it just closes. There's no exchange of money. It's just, they don't take your money.
So the money doesn't come out until it closes.
They have to meet their goal.
Okay.
If they meet their goal, then it'll come out.
Okay.
So another...
Because you knew what I was getting at. I was afraid that, they were going to get your money and you're not going to get anything for it.
Well, that would be more Indiegogo. This one I did back in December.
Okay.
I mean, no, October, sorry. And I just got them. But this guy, if you go to his Kickstarter page, there are so many updates. Like,
it was almost a year to get this?
Almost a year.
Almost.
But constant updates. Like,
okay, cool.
Where they were at with the art.
Well, like every couple of weeks or something?
Yeah, I mean, it's just...
Okay.
So, what I put in on was pretending to grown up. It's still in the wrapper.
See if we can get that up a little bit. That's kind of what we're looking at there. Pretty cool looking.
It looks like a really fun, silly game. I imagine it's the same kind of sillies as something along the lines of Exploding Kittens or whatever.
So you haven't opened these. These are still in the wrap, sealed.
Wait until this weekend. And then as a bonus, because he met the goal and then went so far over, there's a second game called Drinking Quest. And it's a card game. And I don't know how that's going to go. I'm a lightweight, so...
Drinking Quest?
That
sounds like a
two cards and I might be done.
Right.
Who knows? But it looks like fun. So that one, I think that one was maybe $30 or something.
Yeah.
And then I've done a couple of local. I've given to the Chattanooga Aerials when they did their Kickstarter to get a new location.
Okay.
I guess my name is on the mural there. I don't know, I haven't been. And then you got a 2-hour workshop pass, but I could never get it scheduled because my life is crazy. So I'm just, it's fine.
I'm very surprised we're able to get you here on Thursdays.
I know. And then, conversely, a local pizza maker fella that has a truck.
Okay.
I was the first person to throw in, I think it was just like $25 on their Kickstarter.
Yeah.
And that was back in December. I drive past the location where they're trying to open up a physical.
Yeah.
Almost every day. I can't tell that work has been done in a long time. And I still don't have the t-shirt that was promised for helping.
So this is more or less a negative experience.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I can't...
You have nothing to show for it? No
they haven't updated anything since January.
Ooh.
Since January. I don't know if they're still trying to open a store or... I mean, I really care less if I get a t-shirt, but I'd at least like the email that says, like...
Hey, guess
I
what?
know we promised you a t-shirt, but it turns out building a brick oven is really expensive or something. But, out of kindness for a local business, I won't be real specific, but...
Yeah.
Just in case. But,
again, communication is key.
January. It's ridiculous. Oh, this is one of my favorites. This one came with all kinds of goodies.
You showed me this before the show, and
it is so pretty.
I'm really interested in seeing this.
So this is the one that I told you the lady got the truck bed full of books and was like, ah!
Yes.
Let's see. So I got... Yeah, this one it ended in January, and I just got it in early July. It's a field guide to dragons, serpents, and worms of the world.
Can you tell me what the difference between a dragon and a worm is?
Legs.
Oh, yes. That's what I was wanting to hear. Okay.
All right, and this is just a beautiful...
That was what everybody was complaining about Game of Thrones, that they're not really dragons.
But you can see beautiful illustrations with some... It's mixed with facts about the various kinds of dragons, and then just cute, quippy, funny bits too.
Have you looked through all this already? Like read it and everything?
It's so pretty. And then I got 2 prints from it, and then I think 6 postcards.
What?
Patch.
Do you remember specifically what prints you got?
They're in the book.
What kind of, are we talking 8x10? Are we talking postcards?
8x10.
Okay.
So, and then, yeah.
I would have been quite happy with that.
The wyvern. Look how pretty. And some of them are just flat out scurry.
Okay.
That's okay.
I was saying, like, that's like a leech or something.
Yeah, let's see.
Like, I think it would have, I don't think it would have quite had the same ring if she would have said, Daenerys Targaryen, mother of wyverns.
Right. I mean, but maybe they were cutting corners with the CGI, not making more legs. I don't know. But, so my hope is to actually make my own D&D campaign at some point and include all of these beautiful dragons in it.
You put that together in writing and do the thing?
I haven't done it before, but I have a storyline in mind.
You have that, you have the skill set and everything. I would really like to see that.
Like, here's Beowulf's dragon. That guy. So pretty. Her name was...
we were getting comments!
Brandy Went. So if you can look her up. See,
Could put that in
WEN.
the description or something.
Yeah. Oh, her stuff is so pretty. And it's funny, too. My kids really enjoyed reading all this.
Somebody says, whoa, the guy's name is Carpfoon. I'm not 100% sure what. Maybe it's the dragons you were showing off. I would like to think that. Master Kyle 117 says, hi, how's your day so far? We're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
We're having a really good show this evening. And
went to work.
we've been going right at 30 minutes. So.
Oh, and the last one that I did, and the delay was on my end because I didn't realize that my debit card on file was the one that expired, and so I had to go update it. But also has to do with tabletop gaming.
Yes.
Flat plastic minis. Instead of having, the little 3D ones, these things they're double-sided, so there's a front and a back, which is cool, because, if you're looking at the back of the mini, it's his back. And it's on clear plastic. They pop in the little bases. You can put them in a binder. Once I get this set should be a little over 120, which means I'll have a little over 600 minis that I can fit in a 3-inch binder to take places.
Now, are they like laminated paper, or are they little squares, like hard plastic?
I should have brought one with me. But
like Pogs or something?
No, they're just they stand anywhere from like that big to some of them I'm going to get are about that big, but it's like real thin.
Oh, they stand up.
Yeah,
they're like paper dolls or something.
Yeah, but they're
kinda
plastic and clear and like acrylic.
Sturdy, you think?
Oh yeah, totally sturdy. Like you can sit and flick them. But it's great because without investing a ton of money, because miniatures, like your regular 3D miniatures, can be anywhere from $1 to $7 to.
These are probably dirt cheap and still offer a pretty good visual.
Yeah, well, yeah. It seems like a bit much when you first, to get a pack is $20. Like, $20. But dude, there's like 64 in there.
Yeah.
You can't get that and just the ease of taking them places.
You have some of these already.
Oh yeah, I've got.
That's something I would actually like to do, like a little video on and show these things, because it seems like a really cool concept.
I still like the regular minis, and I like to paint them when I have the free time, and it's really cool for home games. My friend Ian actually 3D prints like dungeon tiles and like actually builds the thing that you're going through, which is really cool for a home game. But I do a lot of public games. That's
Is it not practical?
No, but
these this stuff is very mobile.
Plastic minis are for the on-the-go gamer.
Okay.
Yeah, so cool. But yeah, but the best DC movie I've seen. One of the fish shaking one. So back in November, my sons came across one on Indiegogo. It was Magus, and it's a mobile spellcasting game. And it was $65 per kit to get access to their game with an alpha key and then a beta key and then some other keys and things I'm not quite that techie. And you're supposed to get a physical wand that had technology in it that you could actually
probably like Bluetooth or something,
wave around and cast your spells, and it would show up on your phone, and it would be kind of like how Pokemon does, where there's the VR type. So wands were supposed to be out in February.
That was 6 months ago.
They don't even mention that anymore. And actually,
so the wands are no longer even a thing.
All of their updates are all about the coding and the game and the testing and the stuff. I haven't seen an update about the actual wands in forever. I actually sent them a message before this.
What I'm kind of noticing.
It's $130 that I gave to this thing that I don't understand.
And the money's gone now.
Oh, yeah. It got used in development of this game that I have no idea how to play. And they have access to the app to play the game, which apparently still has lots of bugs and crashes all the time. And so, being kids, after about a month of this not working right, they've not touched it again. And
I would do the same thing.
Until we get those wands. That's what they're waiting for. That's what they wanted.
I kind of feel that sometimes, especially on the technology point.
Yeah.
That some of these people might be saying, hey, you know, if we gain a certain amount of money, we're good, and we'll give you this and that, and then suddenly the money starts rolling in, and they realize, holy crap, we're in over our head here.
Yeah.
And they don't quite have the resources to pull it off, even with all the money.
Yeah. Well, I know early on it was like the computer chips they got from wherever were subpar and wouldn't work or were too big or didn't match the prototype, or I don't. And they do update a lot, but it's all very much about like the app itself and the coding and the things and bugs and whatever.
Well, before we carry on into our next topic, going to give a shout out to Taylor Wilson, who just popped in and said that they subscribed. Be sure to enter that Loot Crate contest we got going on. The instructions are at the top of the screen. And if you live in the continental 48 United States, which I would almost bet you do. If you don't, I'm wrong. But let's see. Thompson Ronald says, wow, didn't notice night mode. I'm not 100% sure what that is, but I've seen it on YouTube. Any idea what night mode is?
No idea. It makes everything in the background black instead of white.
Oh.
So if you look at it at night, it hurts your eyes less.
Yeah, it does that on maps. I forgot about that.
Well, when you're rewatching this in the middle of the night because you're bored, you can watch it at night.
Do night mode,
And it won't hurt your eyes.
I mean, it's still technically daylight
Doesn't
outside
care.
where we're at, so. That's kind of neat. Learn something new every day.
Yeah.
Because it always kept telling me, hey, you want to do night mode? And
I
don't
wonder
even
if
know what
that
that
was
is.
done on a Kickstarter.
I'm afraid it'll screw up my phone. But now we know it won't. But yeah, on to our next topic, the second main event of the evening. We did a Nerd Block Junior unboxing. It was about a week ago.
Yeah.
And it was about 6 weeks late getting to us. And I was thinking, thank you for the sub, Thompson Ronald. Be sure to enter that Loot Crate contest and on to their now defunct competition. Ordered May 31st. This is another one of those horrible disappointments. But this was by Nerd Block. These people are supposed to be better than that. Like an established company. And so we order it.
Can't trust anybody.
Supposed to get it before like June 25th. Well, June comes and goes. July, we make it later on in July, and they're like, oh, you know, there's some kind of a problem with the suppliers and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So, you know, they've already got the money. So, I'm like, well, so I went ahead and canceled because I didn't want to give them any more money. And so, finally, on the 20th of July, we get a thing saying, hey, the UPS label's been created, it's about to go out.
Don't you hate it when they do that and it's still like 3 days before it actually goes out?
It was like
and you're
5 days, 6 days.
You made
Because
it.
Nerd Block
Wow.
is a Canadian company.
Yes.
So it takes even longer to get across the border into New York and then come down to us. Finally, August 1st, after ordering on May 31st, we finally get the June Nerd Block Junior. We do an unboxing, and then finally, somebody pops up. Somebody sends me a link. I think it was on like the 3rd of August, and it says Nerd Block is apparently shut down. Nerd Block, I think Shirt Punch is like their shirt subsidiary, whatever. They've all shut completely down. They are not answering phone calls. They're not returning emails. But apparently a lot of people had paid for July and August merchandise, and they're getting nothing. So there's all these messages going out from other people saying, hey, it's time to call PayPal or your credit card company and do a chargeback. They don't need the money. And
I almost made it.
their websites are down. You go to nerdblock.com and it's like under maintenance. It's been under maintenance since the last week of July, and here we are, the 10th of August.
Yeah.
That's a really long maintenance window. But they actually did come back on their Facebook page like 2 days ago and said something along the lines of, oh, we know everybody, you know, is wondering about what's going on and everything. We'll have updates soon. We're not taking any money for August, but stay tuned because something along the lines of we're going to have big news or something. At this point, their reputation is shot.
Maybe their big news is that one of the other ones is going to buy them. Okay, so.
Maybe.
I did a little sleuthing.
Okay.
Alrighty. So apparently in July, a fair number of customers, supposedly, this is all supposedly because it's the internet, and
Okay.
I haven't had time to, do a whole lot of fact checking, but saying that the July boxes would basically have a surplus of past items, so it'd just be like a hodgepodge of,
That's kind of what our June block
yeah.
had. It was, there was like a Stay
As
Puft
though
Marshmallow
they were clearing
Man.
out a warehouse.
There was like a Ghostbusters Marshmallow Man plush.
Mm-hmm.
There was a Plants vs. Zombies lunchbox. There was like a keychain, I think. There was like a bunch of random stuff that didn't really have a overall theme.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that's what it was.
Which, side note, I've tried Geek Fuel, which is
Okay.
another one of those boxes, and there is no theme. It was like D&D, and so I got like a t-shirt that was D&D, and then other things. And I was like, I don't want other things. And then, so when it charged my card for the next month, I was like, okay, fine, one more month, and then I'm done. So I
Okay.
went ahead and canceled. Oh, no, it won't send me another thing until I reactivate my account.
Even
And
though
then
they
I have
charged
to, after it mails that one, then I can cancel it, and it won't charge. But it won't send me
Wow.
one until I'm active. So, not super happy with Geek Fuel.
Yeah, that's
Now,
not.
we did Super Geek, and we're just doing t-shirts right now, because it's $9.99 a month to get a t-shirt.
Okay.
And that, we've only gotten one shirt that I was like, whatever. Okay, but, so on the internets, on the Reddits,
That's kind of where I scan, but I've not looked at it in a couple of days.
all right. There is a post by one Matt Molin who claims to be with Udon Entertainment, a book publisher.
Okay. And I'm assuming this is one of the suppliers to their.
Oh, yes. Okay, so they, according to this post, produced an exclusive edition of Mega Man Robot Master Field Guide for the December block
Okay.
and have not gotten paid.
Ooh.
And have been told to await to be contacted by a trustee. If you go on this Reddit, the feed goes on. Hi there, Matt. It's the guy that made the Labyrinth shirt. Guess who didn't get paid? That guy. It's just a bunch of vendors. Like, oh, we didn't get paid either. Not us either. Or it took 8 months to get money. So, I'm gonna say, looking like they're going to have to go bankruptcy, and probably one of the other ones will swoop in and buy the
remainder.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll probably end up having Nerd Block by Loot Crate or something.
Yeah. But I wouldn't hold my breath. I mean, there was a lot of vendors, and I have that Labyrinth shirt. It's great.
Oh yeah, because a lot of people are. Yeah, that's a lot of people owed money, so there's probably not going to be anything left.
Yeah, like thousands and thousands of dollars.
Or hundreds of thousands.
Yeah.
Is,
And those vendors are out that money.
Yeah.
Like, they're just, that's, in our community, can we have that? We can't have that. That's terrible. These are artists.
And I'll say, even if by some weird
Small
chance
companies.
some savior swoops in and saves Nerd Block at the 11th hour with some kind of a injection of cash, nobody will ever trust Nerd Block again.
I can't trust anybody that won't pay the person that made that beautiful Labyrinth shirt.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
So
that's looking bad times for them. But there's all kinds of subscription boxes now. And let's say so that one was founded in 2013. God, didn't even make it over 5 years. There's an RPG box that I'm thinking about trying. So I can actually get hopefully game related things.
okay.
I don't know. I try all the boxes. Feel free to send me boxes.
Gotta go on here like wonder where we're recording. We are a low budget channel. We don't have like some kind of fancy multi-$1,000 setup. We're here with a USB microphone, and our sponsor's comic book store, Infinity Flux in Hickson, Tennessee, just north of Chattanooga. So,
but hey, Chattanooga, Rebel Minis, guy, if you're watching,
production
feel
value.
free to send me some things to show and play with at this store.
We focus more on quality content, not necessarily production value. I'm not a techno whiz, but
I mean,
oh,
YouTube was like all spreadsheets. I'd be like slamming this thing.
and he also says, "Nice, colorful hair."
"Oh, thank you."
I don't know if the camera and the screen really do it justice, but yeah, it does. It shows up really good there.
Yeah.
We'll have to get like a spotlight on you one day.
Oh, wow. It was peacock.
But so anyway, it looks like Nerd Block is pretty well shot.
yeah, it's not looking healthy.
Yeah, I personally will never buy anything from Nerd Block again, or Shirt Punch, or whatever it was. Because I actually did hear a lot of horror stories about Shirt Punch before this ever happened. This was like a year ago, about their, being late, getting the wrong items, the wrong sizes, stuff like that. So they've really not done a really good job. But finally, onto the final little thing that we've got. And this is just kind of an addendum to the show. It's an interesting little thing you found.
Oh, yeah. Gotta flip back to my notes that are not written in order that makes any sense. I'm an accountant.
You put way more work into this than I did.
I'm an accountant. All right. So speaking of Kickstarter, oh my
Yes.
God.
I'm pretty sure with this company's reputation,
I think
we
can
we're in good
trust
hands
these
here.
guys. Cyanide and Happiness. Everyone loves this comic strip. If you don't, what are you doing with yourself?
Now
Go
they've
find joy.
already had one crowdfunding deal where they had the card game, and people apparently that was a major success.
Now, this particular format, it's not something that I do much of, but I totally will for this. September 5th, they launch their Kickstarter for a Cyanide and Happiness video game.
It will be interesting.
Yeah. I'll probably play it for 3 days and be like, "Whoa, that was fun."
Yeah.
That's
It'll be kind of like, it seems like they would translate well into a video game, kind of like South Park did. South Park had some really cool games, like the Stick of Truth and all that.
Sure.
Wow. But yeah, it was fun. Just take my word
Super
for it.
Mario Brothers was the bomb, right?
But yeah, Cyanide and Happiness seems like a really interesting idea. I don't know how if they would make it like a platformer like Mario Brothers or some kind of puzzle game or something. But it would. I'm assuming it wouldn't be difficult to have that same humor.
Yeah.
And it. Yeah, it sounds like a very promising thing. No platforms have been announced yet. We don't know if it's going to be PC only or mobile. Maybe mobile.
I use that all the time.
It almost seems like it would fit for mobile.
Yeah. I have no idea what you would do on this game. I don't know anything about it, but I like Cyanide and Happiness, and I like doing stuff on Kickstarter. So September 5th, look for that if you're into that kind of thing.
Sounds like a very cool little deal.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess that pretty much wraps us up. Anything further to add? I know you've been on top of your game tonight.
Yeah. I think we actually.
Well, we pretty much covered
all
everything.
my notes. Oh, the Lego movie. Just to go back to that. The director is, I want to say it's Jorge, but it might just be George. Gutierrez. He directed The Book of Life. If you haven't seen that, that is such a cute movie. And
For some
well
reason
done.
I was thinking Life of Pi.
No, it's animated, and it's super cute and good. Well done. So I might actually watch that Lego movie also. Of course I'm going to watch a Lego movie, but even more so knowing that it's got a little of that flair in there.
Awesome.
I guess that's it.
Well, remember our big events coming up. Our next big thing we have, August 19th, we're going to be here live at Infinity Flux for 3 hours, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be live. I guess we'll go ahead and talk about how you can go about winning those 3-day passes.
What is this epic quest that must go on?
We're going to have 2 different pairs of tickets. and they're both going to be, 3-day passes.
Hidden in the belly of
general admission. And so there are 3 ways to enter, and you can enter 1, 2, or 3 ways, and you can get up to 3 different entries into this contest. The first one is to come into Infinity Flux and make a purchase.
They have so many nice things.
Purchase necessary. Next,
all the comic books.
Come in and subscribe to our YouTube and like Infinity Flux on Facebook. Do those 2 things, get another entry. Or for those really outgoing types, the third way to win, or third way to enter and get that 3rd entry, is to come over here where we're going to be, sit down or stand up, and tell me, Amber, Single Sarah, you, Mark, whoever's here, why you deserve to win those tickets. And if you can give any reason at all, just because I'm so-and-so and I want these tickets. As long as you come on and tell us something.
Compelling narrative.
I mean, I would like to have a very inventive, creative reason, but I'm not going to be.
Or if they can't be creative, if they can just be dramatic with their
that'd be really
pronouncement,
neat.
That's fine too.
If you impress
Stand on the table. I deserve this because I said.
This Thompson Ronald wants to know 2 to 5 live, which day of the week. This will be Saturday, August 19th, which will be a week from this coming Saturday. The store's located on Hicks and Pike. What's the actual address here? Everybody's like looking around.
It's on the Googles. You can find it on the Googles.
Do what? What's the
3643?
3643 Hicks and Pike.
Across from the rice box.
And that's right across from the rice box. Huh?
Jet's Pizza.
Yeah, like you come up Hicks and Pike, on one side is Food City, Rice Box, Jet's Pizza. On the other side is Infinity Flux. Big sign out front, Cards, Comics, and Games. Actually, 2 different stores in the same building. And we'll be, I think, on the comic book side. Probably, because it'll be Saturday afternoon, people will be playing games. And Mark says he will require a Shatner performance. I don't know what that means, but I'm not going to sing Rocket Man.
I think we should require them to do it. Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Require who? Oh, to sing Rocket Man?
No, the Shatner. Like,
do a Shatner performance for a moment.
Why you deserve that.
I'm not going to say that, because then we'll have people. Yes. I mean, Mark's on there representing. He must be home by now. But anyway.
So each one of us has a different requirement. Hope you figured out who needs what. Obviously, you're just like the easy one.
I don't know. We have our 3 methods of entering. I'm really afraid to add anything to the pile. But anyway, I think that's it for tonight. That wraps. We're coming up on an hour, and holy crap, we made it. We made it through another show.
Hope we can find more things to talk about next time.
Maybe. We've got 2 weeks to figure it out.
The world is going to keep happening.
But anyway, coming to you live from Infinity Flux in Hickson, Tennessee, just north of the Chattanooga. Is this the Tennessee River right next to it? Yeah. We are Untitled Nerd Network, and this has been UNN Live. I'm Lonnie.
I'm Lindsey.
And we will see everybody in 2 weeks. Come by August 19th and try your best to enter those, to win those tickets.